Hello, 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 hello. What is going on, everybody? I'm getting all of my stuff opened up here. I see y'all logging in right now for our last Q&A for October 2020, and I'm super excited to see everybody here. Super excited. Next month is an incredible month for online business and all business in general. It is November, and November means Black Friday. So you better be thinking about that today, thinking about your promotions, thinking about your sales. We got some awesome stuff coming out this month for membership masters. The entire issue next month is going to be all about Black Friday, because Black Friday is really, really big deal. We got a lot of things going on, and I'm opening up my chat right now. So if you can hear me and you can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, please let me know in the chat. Make sure that you change everything to panelists and attendees. Change it to panelists and attendees, and then tell me if you can hear me in the chat. Jen Trinidad is in the house. Hey, Jen. She says, hello, I can hear you. Give me 3 or 4 people in there. See, Brooke says, I can hear and see you. And does it sound like I'm on my good microphone or my bad microphone? Tell me that. Let me test my speakers here. I can hear that. Check 1, 2, 3. Yes, it all sounds good. All right, got my little stand here. Jocelyn is not going to be here today. She is in San Antonio with her mastermind. We had a great, great trip to Colorado last week. It was just good to be out of the house. Y'all know what I mean? Who is cooped up in their house right now? They just want to be out of the house because, man, it's been a long, long 2020. But we are on the home stretch. We are on the back stretch of 2020. And Jill says, "Oh, you're looking at the Silverado fire. Oh, are you close to that fire, Jill? Be careful. Lord have mercy. Don't hang around on the member call. Just evacuate if you need to. All right. These daytime calls are usually a little lighter attended, so we're going to have plenty of room for all of your questions. People will probably jump in and out. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you right now to hit that Q&A button somewhere on your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and you can go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead and drop 1 or 2 questions in. If you'll do that, as soon as we get 7 or 8 questions, I will start answering questions today. You can ask me anything you need about online business, about your membership, anything at all, our program. Whatever you need help with today, I'm here to help you take your next steps and make things happen. Joss and I spent a lot of time last week, not just working on online business, but we went to this, I guess it was a wealth summit is what it would be called. And we talked about a lot of things. There was an amazing presentation about team, building your team, getting people in not just the right seat on the bus, but doing the right thing on the bus. The right tasks. So we had a lot of stuff about team, really some things that I think are going to change our business and revolutionize everything going into 2021. I'll be talking more about that on the podcast and in the community. And we also talked about blocks, things that were preventing you from going to the next level. Sometimes these are fears. Sometimes they're just obstacles. Sometimes they're patterns of beliefs that you fall into, and you just get stuck in a rut, and you just dig yourself deep in that rut, and you can't really move forward in your online business. So would love to talk to you guys about anything like that today, about mindset issues, about wealth building issues, about things that are holding you back in your business. So hit that Q&A button right now. And as soon as I see a few questions pop in, we will get started. So let me give you a shout out here real quick. Tell me who you are and where you're from as well. I've seen a couple people on my sound check. Thank you very much. But who else is here? Tell me who you are, where you're from today. I got 2 questions just popped in. Thank you, Marty and Madison. Super excited to answer those questions. Everybody else, real quick, hit that chat button and tell us who you are, where you're from, and then also type in your question. And as soon as I get a hold of those questions, I will get to answer them for you guys today. Don't be a lurker. You're not about to be a lurker on a Flip Your Life member call. You got to jump in here and you got to knock it out of the park, and you got to get with us, and you got to answer your questions. So don't be a lurker. I'm here to help you, but I can't help you if you don't ask me questions. Sometimes you guys are shy, and I don't want anybody to be shy today, okay? All right. If you got a question and you put it in the chat, please hit the Q&A button and put it over there. Drew, I see that. Could you go ahead and put that in the chat or in the Q&A? If you can click Q&A, that way they'll keep them in order, and we can do that. Also, if you have any wins from last week, give me some big wins. They can be personal or they can be about your membership, but we want to celebrate all of your success with you today. There's some more questions coming in. Thank you so much, Brooke. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate you so much. And Drew, go ahead and pop your question in over there as well. Hit the Q&A button and do that. Shelly is in her office in Arizona. Judy is eating lunch in Central Illinois. Thanks for joining lunch. Hannah is here. We just had a 2-hour team meeting. What's up, Hannah? Bill is here from Redding, California. Cannot wait to talk to you tomorrow, Bill. In my $1 million mastermind. We're going to have an awesome $1 million membership mastermind. Last one of 2020. I will tell you guys all about that soon. If you would like to join us, we are building a sales funnel over the next 7 to 8 weeks for our memberships in a workshop that I host. It's called the $1 Million Membership Funnel. And it's everything I have learned about building a sales funnel for memberships over the past 8 years. And I love teaching it. This is the 3rd time I've done it this year. Last time I've done it this year. And the last time I'll be doing it for a while. Bill is excited. He put exclamation points in. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask those. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in for the first question today. All right, today's first question comes from Madison. Madison says, I'm new here. Welcome, Madison. Everybody give her a big welcome. Somebody type welcome, and we're glad you're here. To Madison over in the chat box. I'm new here, and I'm trying to decide what's the best way to turn my expertise, I'm a freelance writer, into a product. Online course versus membership. I think we know what's going to win this one. Who's the right target audience? How to niche down and stand out. Okay. All right, so anytime you're starting an online business, we want you to start a membership. A membership has a course. The problem with a course is you have to charge a lot more to make any money, which makes it harder to sell. Once someone buys the product, they're gone. They're no longer in your circle, and you have to go find new customers next week. Course sales can be really, really inconsistent. They can be really, really, really high energy, way more high energy than you're probably even spending now on your freelance writer business. And when you get members, if you go get 100 people to pay you $50 a month, you make $60,000 a year, and they pay month after month and year after year. And you get 200 people paying $50 a month, Madison, and all of a sudden you have $120,000 a year. And you don't have to resell everything every month, and you don't have to make life hard, and you don't have to do all these big launches every quarter, and you just don't have to do all those things, right? It is a little slower out of the gate. It is a little more brick by brick, right? It's not as spectacular as sometimes courses can be. But the end result is peace and stability for your family, and not worrying about if one of those freelance clients is going to quit on you, right? If one of your members quits, you just go get 2 more. So the membership model is definitely what we recommend here, and it will serve you much better. Now, when you're trying to build a business around your expertise, you just need to teach people what you do. See, you are a freelance writer and you may want something else, but there are a whole lot of people back on this spectrum behind you that they'd love to be a freelance writer. They would love to do what you do. They have no idea how to become a freelance writer. What's easy for you is really hard for them because they may be doing something else with their life, right? So to turn that into your expertise into a membership, you need 3 things. You need to take what you know, your expertise on how you became a freelance writer. Tell your story. How do you get clients? What places do you post your job postings? Where do you find jobs? What's your workflow during the week? Just document all the things you do and put that content into a member area in a nice curated way that people can find that for you. Now, you're not going to be able to teach everything you know. There's going to be nuance for everyone's individual business. That's why we have Q&As. We have Q&As like this where we can come and cover the things that you didn't originally put in your course, right? So you have a Q&A. You can host it on Zoom. You can host it on Facebook Live, in a Facebook group. Doesn't matter. Just do that. And then you just provide leadership. You just guide the discussion. You motivate, you inspire people to keep taking your course, to get into your content, to come to member calls. Like right now, I'm like, guys, I got 7 questions and there's dozens of you here. Go post your question. What are you waiting for? You have access to someone who has created almost $5 million in revenue through memberships and has helped thousands of people. Why would you not ask a question right now? Don't be a lurker, right? Like I'm encouraging you, leadership. I'm trying to get you to participate. That's how you guide your community, is you just get them to keep going. So if you take all that and you go through the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint, just get into the trainings, start at the top. It'll tell you exactly how to build it all out. Then you'll have a membership that people will want to join. Now, I guarantee you people are searching right now how to be a freelance writer, right? Go solve that problem. Go answer that question. You don't have to be some PhD person. You just have to document your journey, document your process, answer all their questions, and people will trust you and keep paying. Also, connecting people together is a really big thing in the membership model. We see a lot of regulars here at the member calls. We have member calls happen all at different times in the Flip Lifestyle community. So sometimes they're at 1 p.m. We have a little cohort that comes for our lunch Q&As. Sometimes they're at 9 p.m. and we have our people who come in the evening, right? And some people come on Sundays, some people come on Mondays. Some people, next week, I think we're going to do some on Tuesdays next month. So like, there's lots of different times we move these calls around to give everybody a chance to attend. Right. But they see each other, they know each other, they see the same people, and they say, hi, Jill, hi, Bob, hi, Bill. Right. And they start to get to know each other. So creating that community is really important so that people feel attached to your product. But it's not, don't make it so overwhelming. Don't make it, something that you've got to like put tons of time and effort and energy into. Just give them the content they need to get started, answer their questions when they get stuck, and lead and motivate them when they get down or they want to give up. And you got a membership. And that will last you and become I've seen lots of freelance type people create membership sites, Madison. And I know for you guys, sometimes it can be like unstable, always finding that next job, or a client quits unexpectedly or whatever. It's really cool when you see someone hit that 100 member, 200 member mark, and they see all that stability in their life. And I know you'll do it. So check that out, Madison. Go into the blueprint, start at start where it says start, do phase 1 first, then do 2, then do 3. And you'll be on your way before you know it. Okay. Got a comment here from Natasha. Natasha says, I'm a nurse practitioner and I am trying to create study material to help new nurses study. Okay. We've got a few nurses in the community, Natasha. Inside of that group, I want to try to offer coaching as well, trying to figure out if it's a good idea. I eventually want to have material for all levels of nursing eventually, and I'm feeling overwhelmed. All right. So this really isn't a question, but I do want to address this. Number one, all ideas are good ideas. There's people out there that need your material. We've got nurses. I think we've got a nurse or two in here right now. It was Brooke in here. I think Brooke was in here. We have people in the nursing space. Yep. Brooke has an awesome membership for nursing students. Not just yeah. I think it's almost exactly what you're doing. Right. But here's the crazy thing. So if someone came into the community, I have a website, Natasha, and it's about U.S. history. It's for U.S. history teachers. We have lesson plans and resources for U.S. history teachers. If someone came in to the Flip Lifestyle community and they said, I want to start a website for U.S. history teachers, that's cool. I think that's awesome because there's 100,000 U.S. history teachers. I only serve 500 to 600 of them, right? You could serve another 500 and the next person could serve another 500. And those people might they might do better with your resources, right? They might do better with your stuff. They might like your personality in a different way than they like Brooks. That doesn't mean it's like a good personality or bad, or they like mine. It's just everyone consumes content in different way. Everyone has relationship in different way. And there's so much abundance in the world. There's so many people in every niche. All your job, or niche, as some people say it, is that you just want to go and figure out who you can serve best in that space and let everybody else serve everybody else. So yes, it's a good idea. We've seen people succeed with it multiple times. There's other people doing this similar thing besides Brooke in our community, actually. And everybody just kind of carves out their neat little space and they help different people. And we all thrive and we all prosper for it. I read the other day, or I was at that event I was at in Colorado last week. I can't remember the exact number, so I may be just pulling this out of my brain right now, but there's something like every single day in the world, $7 trillion a day changes hands in the marketplace. That's all markets everywhere. $7 trillion. Now, if you do the math on that, I think that's like $1,000 a person every day changes hands. So if somebody didn't give you $1,000 or you didn't buy something for $1,000, you're not participating in the market. And that's why you didn't get $1,000, right? Like that, all this money is moving. There's so much abundance and there's so much space for everybody to carve out their thing in the market. You just have to go do it. You just have to go build the thing, right? And you have to be a part of the game. You have to be in where all the wealth is, right? So yeah, it's a great idea. It's your expertise. You feel confident enough in it to have come up with the idea. You have to go out and build something and try it and see if it works. And it'll be great. Now, the overwhelmed part, you're probably overwhelmed because you're thinking about the end instead of the beginning, it's not overwhelming. Like if you're 2 clicks away from being in the start forum in the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint and taking the first 30-minute course and doing what that says to do over the next week. That's all you're worried about right now. Quit worrying about if it will be a success. Quit worrying about if you'll ever buy an audience. Quit worrying about all those things. You should be taking the next course and doing that for the next week until it's done. You have one step to take, not all of the steps. You're feeling overwhelmed because you're worried if your idea is going to work instead of worrying about starting your idea. Okay. So you have to shift your focus, Natasha. You have to go into the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint today. You have to click the one that says start. You have to look at the one that says 0.1 and watch that 30-minute video and do what it says. That's it. That's all you have to do today. So get rid of the overwhelm. Just go in and find the place you are and do the next thing, and then do the next thing, and then look up, 3 months later and see where you're at, see how you're going. You know where you want to go. You'd love to have a membership with 100 people about nursing. That's fine. You already know that. Quit thinking about it anymore and go take the first step in the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint so that you can make that happen. Okay. And then Brooke said, there are 2 of us in a mastermind that are in the space. If you ever want to chat with us, we love helping each other out. Now, how about that? Give Brooke a standing ovation. We got a Flip Your Life community member in the same pace. She's got someone who wants to get in the game, right? And she's inviting them to help. That's absolutely amazing. It makes me want to cry, and I'm not going to cry on camera. I promise myself I wouldn't cry on camera, but I'm going to cry on camera if this happens again. So that's why we have the Flipped Lifestyle community. We are all pursuing the Flipped Lifestyle together. We're here to help each other. There's more than enough room for everyone in the world to go out and serve people. And Brooke has been in the game a while, long enough to know what I know. I can't serve everyone, and everyone doesn't want me to serve them. So it doesn't do anything but help other people build out their stuff and help them find their flock as well. Okay. All right. Now, before we get going, I want to drop a link in the chat right here. I'm just going to put my workshop. All right. I'm starting my workshop tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It is called the $1 Million Membership Funnel. It is designed to build your sales funnel. You will for the next 10, 20 years of your life, you're going to put people into your sales funnel. I'm going to help you build the same sales funnel that we use, the same sales funnel we have used to build $2 million memberships and 2 other 6-figure memberships. And it is everything that you need start to finish, from getting people to buy, to upselling them through the process, to retention. We go through the emails and all of the different things that we put into our funnel. We give you outlines on how you can lay out your email list. I'm offering $1,000 off today to anybody here at the mastermind. If you pay in full, you got a $1,000 coupon. If you click that link, that's $1,000 off my membership, my mastermind that starts tomorrow. Now, over the next there's going to be 5 sessions over 7 weeks. It's usually 8 weeks, but we stopped 1 week early because Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I like Christmas time, and I want to spend some time with my family during Christmas. But I will be available if you want to ask me messages after that, because we have a little mastermind group on Facebook. There's about 37 people in there right now. And that's where people who are using and building the $1 million membership funnel hang out and talk to each other about what's working, what's not working. And this is everything that I've learned about memberships over the past 8 years, all in one workshop. It's not designed for true beginners. Natasha, you just skip past that link. You're just getting started. But if your membership is ready and you're ready to launch, or you're ready to go to the next level and you're ready to grow, if you're close to being launched and you really want to say, hey, we had someone that just did some coaching with Jocelyn over the last 8 weeks. She got her membership completely built. And she's like, what's next? And we're like, well, you probably need to get your sales funnel built, because you're going to start putting traffic into this thing, and you need it to convert sales, right? So you can start getting members, give yourself a raise every day. Well, the $1 million membership funnel starts tomorrow at 9 p.m. This is the first time this year we've done a night session. All the sessions are going to be on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. so that you can make sure you can get the kids to bed. You don't have to be at work, and you can work around that time, and you can say, hey, I'm going to settle in. I'm going to hang out with Shane, and each 2-week block, we are going to build the funnel together. This is not something where you're just going to watch one course and that's over. I'm going to teach you one step of the funnel. I'm going to say, go build it. If you got any questions, ask them here in the Facebook group. I'm the only person that checks that Facebook group. Nobody else on my team does. So I will be answering all of the questions in that group. The other people, you got 30-something people who have already built the funnel. They're testing it and working on it, and they can bounce ideas off of it with you. And we want to get this funnel installed and in place and ready to start pouring people in it for 2021. 2020 was a tough year. Things are getting better. Don't listen to the news. And 2021 is going to be amazing, and you want to be prepared for it. Guys, we're on target right now for about probably 30% growth this year in our company. And it's because we've got amazing people doing amazing things. We got all of you guys really crushing it, and we're out there making it happen, and we're putting in the work. But it's also because we've got an awesome sales funnel that converts new members into our membership every single day. So click that link and check that out if you want to get $1,000 off. I'm offering a coupon this time because I've already got all the stuff done. I didn't have to put as much work into the prep this time. So I'm giving everybody a little discount, and consider it an early Black Friday, early Christmas present from Jocelyn and me to you. We really want people to go through this. We think it's next level. And we think it is the best sales funnel that has ever been created for memberships. Nobody else teaches a sales funnel like this. You can go to all the other experts who claim to be experts at memberships. I'm sure they got some great points, but it is not that. It is not this funnel. And they probably haven't made as many sales as we have either. So check that out. Bill is in it. I think we got a couple other people in who are going to be in there. And we are going to put this machine in place. We're also going to talk a lot about traffic generation, and also just some mindset stuff to get you prepared to really, truly build an awesome membership site. Okay, so Bill's going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Let's see, what did Bill say here? We got a testimonial. Somebody screenshot this. Carrie, screenshot this. Bill's got us a testimonial here. Bill said, I didn't pay him to do this either. Well, maybe I gave him that discount. That was kind of payment. All right, I joined the $1 Million Funnel last week, about a year into my membership. This, all caps, is exactly what I've been looking for. The first 2 videos alone are worth the price of admission. Believe me, and I've been looking for a long time. That is a ringing endorsement, Bill. That is absolutely amazing. Carrie, just copy that, and we'll just share that with the link, his quote, every single time. That's awesome, Bill. That's amazing. Wait till you do it live. You think that's fun? You think it's fun watching those videos that I got you prepping? Wait till you do it live with me. And also, I change it every time, Bill. This is an ever-evolving thing. The reason I do this workshop live every once in a while is because I bring new things. I learn. I'm always experimenting with our sales funnel. I'm always listening to my members and seeing what they're doing that's working and getting great ideas. We have access to thousands of people who are doing memberships, and it's absolutely cool. All of my social media, I've unfollowed everybody. I just study people who do subscriptions and membership. It's all I do all day long. And man, we put new things in it. We talk about new things, get new ideas. And so you're even going to learn more when I teach the first 2 sessions live. So check that out, guys. We'll keep dropping that link in. But that does start tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And after tomorrow at 9 o'clock, when I start, I will not let anybody in it for the rest of 2020. This is it. It's out. It's over after this. All right, let's jump into our next question. Go keep putting those questions in the Q&A box and keep those success stories coming. I want to celebrate some successes. Tell me what went good in your week last week. All right. Our next question comes from Marty. Marty says, I'm having a hard time developing community in my golf membership. People just don't feel like sharing or asking for help. I have to make up questions for member calls, so I have something to talk about. How can I build more community? Okay, so one thing I would do first, Marty, let's work backwards through this question. All right, you're making up questions for your member calls. That's not good. So what I would do is, if they won't share publicly, I would create a form of some kind where people can submit questions ahead of time. And I would promote that every day leading up to a member call. Like, don't forget to get your question in. What question do you have right now? What are you struggling with in your golf game? What's frustrating you in your golf game? A lot of times people don't want to share, Marty, because they're not having success. And golf is a game where, at the end of the day, they're probably looking at their score, and you help them lower their score. That's fine, but they don't remember the birdie they made. They just remember their score. If you have birdie, bogey, bogey, they're not going to brag about that. They're not going to share about that. So I would probably try to harvest questions ahead of time, way ahead of time, as much as possible, and be a little more prolific about harvesting those questions so that they're ready when you get there. I would pull questions from everywhere you can find them. You can look at other people's boards. You can look at your boards. Maybe there's a discussion going on and you can kind of bend it into a question. This does take time. It's very hard to do that. Some niches are not, some industries are not as easy to build community in, and you may have to think outside the box here. But from the Q&A standpoint, put more effort into harvesting them ahead of time. Like, ask me your question first. Hey, maybe every time a member joins, you could automatically go to a form that says, what are your top 3 questions about your golf game? And you just start collecting these questions. And you've got a big giant spreadsheet where you've always got questions, or anything that anybody says about anything. You just turn it into a question. So you don't have to take them live like I'm doing here. Okay. All right. The next thing is about community. I think you're going to have to do something interesting. Maybe you need to start thinking about a community golf trip or something in person, right? Where you could maybe do something where people could come and play golf, or maybe you could get, a golf. Maybe you could get Tiger Woods for Xbox, and you could have everybody get it, and you could have play online with each other, right? Like, you could have some little online tournament, right? Just golf related, right? Like, you're gonna have to think outside the box and think how you can get people to do what they love in an organic way and build some community. And if you could get people, let's say I took non-member questions and answered them in members only section, maybe a virtual tournament with actual scores. That could be a great idea. I would do that. Maybe do that monthly. I think I would do maybe a monthly thing where you're like, okay, you go play your local course. You get your handicap. And you just have to take a picture of your scorecard or something, and you send it in, and you have a prize for it, right? And you get everybody to participate. And then piggyback on the back of that, here's the deal. To enter the tournament, here's all you have to do. Take a picture of your card, throw it in the tournament, and you have to ask me a question about golf. So now we've kind of combined that where it feels fun to ask the question. Like, that's the entry fee, right? There's no money to enter. It's a members only tournament where everybody gets to be in it. All you got to do is go play a round of golf this week, take a score, plus you have to ask a question, right? And you've gotten creative now, and you've combined something positive and pleasant and fun, right? Oh, and also offer prizes, some random prizes too, not just the winner of the tournament, because the guy who comes in last or shoots 110, I'm not even going to take this picture, right? Maybe you do a pool for only a prize for only people who shot over 100. Like, the other people can't even participate in it, right? Then you have a pool for everybody, right? Where everybody could do that. You know what I'm saying? And also, maybe Q&A is not good for your niche. Maybe it's not about Q&A. Maybe it's a workshop. Maybe you're coming to get the tip, right? And that will spark some conversation later. Maybe you could divide it up and each time do something like where you teach them something. Here we get a lot of questions anyway, like as a natural part of our industry, because there's a lot of sticking points. So I always have enough questions. I got 10 questions right now waiting on me, right? So I got at least an hour and a half sitting there right now. But some spots may be more workshop based, where can I just show up and listen for 15 minutes and learn something, right? Like, that would be cool. And then maybe there's a question or two after, and you just don't even worry about Q&A. Maybe it's a workshop kind of setting, and that would be a better thing for your people. They just get these live workshops where you're talking about part of your game, and you tell a story about your latest round of golf and how a tip that you used shaved a shot off of a round of golf, right? So don't be so pigeonholed. Remember, we're just trying to create we're trying to create a successful path for them, a blueprint for success. We're trying to create community. That doesn't mean Q&A. Q&A is just a good one to start with, because most people have questions. And we're trying to provide leadership. Those 3 things are so important to memberships. And yeah, if you do that, then your people will feel engaged, involved, and looking forward to the next live thing. So yeah, try those things, and you should be fine. Don't get pigeonholed, guys. I'm actually going to. We were just talking to my team a little while ago, and I'm going to. I'm really excited to be adding some new things to the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint soon. Not right now. We're thinking about it over the next couple months. There's a lot of planning, and I'm going to slow down a little bit so that I can do this. But we've been thinking about, one thing I've learned is that everybody's different. Everybody leads differently. Everybody works differently. And every membership is so different. Every membership does need the 3 elements. They need the blueprint for success. They need the community, and they need leadership. But the way we deliver those things doesn't have to be the way I deliver those things. And that's we're going to start adding in some new trainings for that, and rethink the blueprint, and how we can help more people succeed in their space, right? Like, what if my people don't ask questions? What can I do to create community? What can I do to create that leadership. And, we do have a lot of, Carrie said, we got a lot of wheels turning right now on that to help you guys really succeed and really create those forever customers in your business. Okay. All right, guys. So we got huge things, a lot going on here. I might put Carrie to the test here, see how fast she can look stuff up. So I've got two things that I really want to talk about with you guys today. For on our end, what we're doing to serve you. The November issue of Membership Masters gets sent out this week. And it will be arriving next week to get ready for Black Friday. Everything is all about Black Friday in November. Black Friday is the time of year that people are wanting to spend money. And all you have to do is show them why they should spend it with you. We always have an amazing surge of income and members and all kinds of awesome stuff during Black Friday, right? Because this is the time that people are starting to get in that Christmas mood. They're getting their wallet out. And you know what's going to happen this year? Listen to me. Please listen to this. There is so much pent up demand in the marketplace right now where we've all been quarantined and we've all been locked down and we've all been like held still all year. I think this is going to be like the biggest Black Friday ever. And people are not just looking for deals on toasters and TVs. They're looking to get into those things that they've put off all year until now. And they are craving community. People are craving other people, craving groups, craving leadership because we don't have any in this country anymore at the higher levels. And it has never been a better time to either launch a membership at Black Friday or to really inflate your numbers during that. And I have all of our Black Friday plans in the next issue of the Membership Masters newsletter. That is our paper newsletter that we mail out every single month, designed to help you market your membership, designed to help you promote your membership, designed to help you convince your people that follow you into joining your membership. And if you click that link that Carrie just put in the chat or go to membershipmasters.com, you can get your first issue for free plus shipping. It's $14.95 to ship it to your house. It is $99. Oh, so what is it right now? I think it's $99 or $197. Yeah, $197. It's $197 a month after that. But you can get the November issue right now, free plus shipping. It will make you more than you could ever pay monthly for it. If you go get 5 or 6 members at $50 a month, that's $250 a month. That's way more than it will ever cost. You can make it free in your first month. And I really want to give it to everyone for free in November right now at membershipmasters.mykajabi.com. I want you to sign up for it. You can cancel anytime. If you change your mind, there's no risk. But if you go out and get 10 more members, how would that change your business? If you go out on Black Friday and you get 20, 30, 40, 50 more members, like how would that change your family's future and your business and your monthly recurring revenue? It would be a really big deal. And this is going to be a great time to do it. I've got our sale lasting all the way from Black Friday to Cyber Monday this year, because I think people are just going to be roaring out of the gate. They're all going to be home. We're probably going into more lockdowns in certain parts of the country. So more people are going to be inside. More people are going to be on the computer during the biggest gold rush of the year at Black Friday. So really proud of this month's edition of Membership Masters. If you have not signed up for that and you are not a subscriber, you can listen to a lot of people that are, and they will tell you it has changed their business. It'll tell you exactly how to market every month so that you don't have to worry about it. So click that link and sign up ASAP. Marty Griffin says the November issue of Membership Masters last year paid for my subscription for the entire year. I love that newsletter. Cash mark, cash mark, cash mark. Okay. And Marty is a long-term subscriber to it. And it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be an awesome issue. I know you're going to love it. And I know it's going to make you way more money than you could ever spend on it. So go to membershipmasters.mykajabi.com and click the big orange button and you can sign up for that. It's only $14.95. I'll ship it right to your house. The kids will be packing those this tomorrow in between virtual school sessions. Our Isaac and Anna Joe actually print and pack the entire monthly newsletter and send it to you guys. It is all done in-house from our family to your family with love so that we can make sure we can help your family have a better future. So go to membershipmasters.mykajabi.com and check out the November issue of the Membership Masters newsletter. Sign up. We'll be mailing those out tomorrow. If you don't get it tomorrow, gone forever. You're on your own for Black Friday. I don't want that. All right, next question comes from Brooke. Brooke says, question. I am trying to plan my Black Friday and New Year's sales. I provide resources for nursing students since they are ending their semesters in December. I'm trying to figure out the best way to structure the Black Friday sale. I was thinking about promoting the annual for the New Year's sale. Okay. All right. So I hear a question within a question here. The first thing I'm going to say is you should sign up for Membership Masters newsletter at membershipmasters.com if you don't get it already. And I'll tell you how to do Black Friday because the Black Friday issue is coming out next month. But let me work backwards through this question too. Okay. I know you are. I'm just kidding. So you're going to be having a lot of tips. So I'll give you a preview. All right. I was thinking of promoting the annual sale for New Year's. Okay. So number one, don't be afraid to do back-to-back promotions in your membership. Okay. Sometimes we go out and we're like, oh, I really wanted to save this annual sale for New Year's, but that means I can't do an annual sale in December or November because people will remember it and I just can't do that. And I just did that. Listen, nobody cares. Nobody barely remembers what happened yesterday in their own life. I can barely remember what happened this morning. I just know somehow I got my kids up and they started virtual school on time. Jocelyn's not here. She's out of town. It happened. Don't know how it happened, but nobody knows. Nobody remembers. Nobody cares, right? So you can have promotions all the time. It's why we do free trials every day. I mean, I send an email out almost every day to our list, and we have free trials, and it's every day. And someone different takes it every day, right? So don't be afraid to do an annual plan between I did rock it today, Lori. Thank you very much. I got my parenting hat on. Don't be afraid to do the sales back to back. If you feel like you should promote the annual plan in November, right? Then you should probably do that. It's your business. You make the rules. And 90% of the people who see it in November would not remember it in January. Okay. So let me remove that fear right away. Now, Black Friday is a little different than other promotions. I think Black Friday, whatever you do on Black Friday, it does need to feel special. That doesn't mean it can't be the same thing. For example, you could offer an annual plan as your deal, but you could have bonuses that are only available on Black Friday in addition to it. Maybe you could create a couple new resources at the beginning of the month, right? Something that's not in your community, something you know people want, but you just haven't had time to make it. Maybe now's the time to use that as the bonus and use that to really highlight how awesome the annual plan is. And that's going to be the theme for our Black Friday sale. This is an offer, a deal, bonuses, things that you can't get anywhere else at any time of the year, right? And if you can because that's what Black Friday is. You have to ride the wave. You know, if you're a surfer, you don't make your own waves. You don't go out. If you're watching this on video, you don't just sit there and flap your wings in the ocean until you got enough momentum where you can jump up on your surfboard. That's not how it works. Your surfboard is what you sell. Your surfboard is your business. Your surfboard is you and your personality, right? And who just logged in? Did someone just log in? Jocelyn, was that you? Someone just logged in. Anyway, I'll jump back in here. I don't know who just logged in. It's one of our people. Someone on our team just logged into my webinar and it freaked me out. All right. So back to my flapping my wings and surfing analogy. Okay. All right. So you're surfing out there. You don't make your own waves. You have to ride the wave as long and as good as possible. Right. So imagine that Black Friday is a wave. What is that wave? What are the things that make Black Friday special? It's once a year. Only happens once a year. Right. And then it goes away. And if they sell out, they're all gone. Right. And it's that TV and it's that that thing that you can't get any other time of the year for that price. The deals are crazy, right? Like the price is nuts. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Black Friday is all about. So maybe if your annual plan was going to be $500 in January, maybe the annual plan here could be $400. You could say the best price of the year, just a little bit different than that other thing that you're going to offer. And that's what makes it special for Black Friday. So think how you can make your offer special. Think how you can move units. Think how you can create true scarcity. And you already have urgency built in because this season of the sale, Black Friday through Cyber Monday ends. And you'll be able to blow it out of the water. And check out that next issue of Membership Masters, of course. And I'm going to go into great detail, Brooke, about how to structure those sales, how to make those sales look. Just make sure that you signed up so that you get your issue next week. And it's actually going to be coming a little bit after the first this time, guys, because there's more in it than normal. And I'm not doing anything else all month. I'm not going to waste any other promotional capital this month. I'm going to be talking about Black Friday from like November 7th all the way until it's over. Every day, every email, we are focusing on Black Friday. We're probably going to start actually a little early. That's another little tip. I'm going to tell you how to beat the November rush so you get ahead of all the other Black Friday sales. That's going to be in Membership Masters as well. Okay. All right. Next question. Next question. Hi, Jocelyn. Jocelyn's in San Antonio. That's who logged in. She's in the chat room hanging out now with all her girls. She got her mastermind together. Maybe we can get some extra input here. I don't know. All right, here we go. Next question comes from Jill. Jill says, I hired my first VA. Congratulations. Could we give Jill, this is a success story too. Could we give Jill a standing ovation? Because we have been talking about hiring a VA and busting through fears and overcoming obstacles and speed bumps with Jill for a few member calls now. And that makes me really, really happy. And really, really proud of you, Jill. That is awesome. And any tips on training and maximizing his productivity? Okay, so funny you asked. All right, we learned an amazing concept last week that's all about getting flow in your business and making sure that everybody on your team is doing what they love to do and want to do and are good at doing, not just offloading tasks to them that you don't want to do or don't feel like you have time to do, right? So I think the three things I would say on this are: one, understand this new VA's personality type. Maybe interview them, right? And take an hour and just say, hey, what do you really like to do? Like, when is a moment where you lose the concept of time? When is a moment where you look up and you're like, wow, I've been working 3 hours and I didn't even realize it? Give me some examples of those tasks, right? And push your list aside, what you want to give away, right? And just push that aside and have a good meeting with that person and understand them and understand how they work and understand how they operate and understand, most importantly, what they like to do, right? Sometimes we have to put our head down and do things we don't like to do, but the more things you give that person that really tells them what that really, that they love to do, the more they're going to get done. Okay. All right. The second thing that I would say to do is to, after you have this conversation, get super clear on expectations. Like, our team meets every Monday and we meet about once a quarter and we talk about the things I expect them to do. I don't really ever feel like we're that off base on expectations, right? Sometimes we get stuck because that's the nature of doing big things. But have really, really, really super clear expectations. Make sure that this person understands exactly what you want them to do, when you want them to do it, and probably why you want them to do it. Like, it's really important. If you can get someone to buy into the why, they'll get why you want them to do it by a certain date, a certain time. Don't listen to these knuckleheads out there that are like, hire someone and give them their job and just expect them to do everything right and perfect exactly the way you want it. Like, that's not true. You're gonna have to spend time with them. You're not going to gain any time back for the next 3 months. You're going to all the time of these tasks is going to be spent training and helping this person exceed your expectations. Okay. So that's the first thing, is figure out what they really flow with. They know what they like to do, so you can give them proper tasks to do that. Get clear on expectations. It's in writing all the time on paper. I just had a meeting with our home manager. We noticed some new things in our life from quarantine and lockdown, and the kids being home for virtual school disrupted our old flow and our old expectations. And we remapped out new expectations. We worked in 30-minute blocks to make sure that we knew there was enough time to do them. We took things off the list. She's now doing less things than she did before because there's no time to do them, because our world changed and our life changed and it got more complicated, and we had to give up some of those things to get back into rhythm and get back into flow. So make sure that you're realigning those expectations every 3 or 4 months to make sure that you're still on the same page. And then finally, I'm going to give you a little hint here. We don't affiliate for this person yet, but I really am probably going to, and I wish I was in your position. But if you'll look up Wealth Dynamics, they have an amazing test. It costs $100, but it's worth it. And also go to talent and also look up Talent Dynamics. This is a new system that we've been using to our employees just did it. Our team, we just had a 2-hour meeting all about our different profile types and all the things like that, about getting into flow with each other. And you should really look into that. So wealth dynamics, Jill, would be for you as the entrepreneur. You should take that. There it is. And then talent dynamics, I think doesn't have a .com. It might have something else, Carrie. Check that. Talent dynamics is more for like your team. It gives you a little bit different result when they take that. So check those out. Awesome stuff like the Myers-Briggs and things like that can work too if you don't want to drop the 100 bones right now. But take some kind of test where you know how you guys work together, what you like, what you don't like. And if you do those things, you'll be off to a great start. And my bonus tip would be go slow. Go slow. Go slow. All right. All right. Awesome question. Great question by Jill. Awesome question. Wealth dynamic stuff. We are going to have an awesome, I'm going to do on the Membership Masters podcast soon. I'm going to be having the second in command, the guy who runs the American unit for Wealth Dynamics. I met him last week in Colorado on a networking trip, and his name's Trey, and he is an amazing, smart dude. And I'm going to be having him on the Membership Masters podcast just as soon as possible. Hannah and I are going to be figuring out how to get him on. And we're going to talk about wealth dynamics, and we're going to talk about the different personality types. And it's all about getting into flow of your work so that you can really hit your stride. And he's going to be on real soon. I'm hoping he can also give us a bonus course for our experts, trusted experts section. As you guys know, we've been putting trusted experts in the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint, covering things we may not be experts at. And Trey has been kind enough to volunteer. He's going to put some stuff in there for us. So it's going to be really cool. And we'll be able to introduce you to their program. All right. Got a lot of great questions here. I want to remind everybody, if you have not had your question answered yet, we've got plenty of time to do it right now, but this will go fast as member calls always do here in the Flip Lifestyle community. So if you have a question, please ask it right now. If you have a success story, something good that happened last week, I would love to celebrate your success. You can put a question and a success story together too, and I can celebrate your success and answer your question. So right now I got plenty of questions left, but I'd love to gather those up right now. So go ahead and hit that Q&A button. If you have any follow-up questions, ask those now. And a quick reminder that tomorrow at 9 p.m., you only have about a little bit over 24 hours left to sign up for my $1 million membership funnel workshop. Only do this a couple times a year. This is the last time it will be done in 2020. And I don't think I'm going to be doing it in the first quarter, at least for next year. So it might be longer. So you want to get into this if you want to hang out with me over the next 7 or 8 weeks live in 5 sessions where I help you build from scratch your membership's sales funnel. Probably the most important thing you can do in your business is get your sales funnel right so that all the work you do putting people into that is going to pay off. So there is a link right now under Carrie's name in the chat box to sign up for tomorrow's workshop. We do have a couple spots left. It's a great group. Really sold like fire last week. A lot of awesome people are going to be in that group. And that coupon right there will get you $1,000 off if you pay in full. We do have a payment plan available as well. It's a 2-pay, and you can check that out. You can click on that. It does have a finance charge, but there is a payment plan if you can't pay the whole thing up front. Or if you can pay up front, there's $1,000 off, $1,000 coupon. I've never offered a discount before, but I noticed that I had a lot of this stuff done this time. Didn't have to put quite as much time in it. And I was willing to discount it. That is a lifetime access to the entire $1 million membership funnel. Here's what else you get with that: lifetime membership in the Flip Your Life community, lifetime subscription to the Membership Masters newsletter, and lifetime access to a ton of bonuses that we've thrown in as well. It's kind of like an early Christmas present this year for you. So you're going to you never have to pay a monthly payment to be on these Q&As again. You never have to pay a monthly payment to ever get your subscription to Membership Masters again. You get lifetime access to all that stuff. We are upgrading all the $1 million membership people too that are in there to these lifetime deals. And you pay once, you get to hang out with me for 7 weeks. You get to build the best membership funnel on the planet. And also you get a lot of other cool stuff too. So check that out. Drop that link in one more time, Carrie. Click that link. You can get $1,000 off today. There is a 2-pay. All signups stop tomorrow at 9 p.m. So once I start teaching the class, it is over. So you can copy and paste that if you're not quite ready. If you need to check with somebody, whatever, you can do it later today. That coupon will work until tomorrow at 9 p.m. All right, guys, let me get to our next question here. Ariel says, or it's Ariel and Sarah says, we opened a new tier of our membership for Q&A only. Basically, no blueprint or community access. That's interesting. The number one question we get was, when will the calls be? We ended up telling people that the calls will be recorded and on demand, and they can send questions in advance. That seemed to satisfy many people. We want the flexibility of planning as we wish, but we also want to make sure we're serving the members. What are the merits of keeping a consistent pattern of certain days, times versus varying times and days? Okay, so here's what I hear. I hear that you are scared to commit to a time. Okay, I get that. We were scared to do that in the beginning too. So what we did commit to was like that we would have Q&As, right? So you're telling your people we will have Q&As. The downfall of not having them at regular times is that some people really dig that consistency. They really like it. They really enjoy it. And it's going to be a little bit of a turnoff for them. The upside is you get to pick your schedule. Now, here's how we do it. I'm going to tell you how we do it. Just to give you some information, this isn't the right way or the wrong way. This is the Shane and Jocelyn way, okay? Because this is what fits Shane and Jocelyn's life best. Each month, we look at the calendar, or actually, we're doing it quarterly now. We have gotten better at this. We look at the quarter and we plan our travel, and then we plan our member calls. So it's kind of like you don't think you can eat the same thing every day, but really 80% of the time, you probably eat the same thing all the time. You think you can't be consistent with your member calls, but you can. You probably can. You can probably be way more consistent than you think you can. It just doesn't feel right, right? When we looked at the quarter, we can say, oh, we're only traveling once. Well, we could pretty much do it every Monday, right? And we've consistently done, member calls on Monday for a while now, and it's not disrupted anything at all. Now, the time of day is a little more hit and miss for us because of our kids' schedules. We need to look and make sure that our kids have like certain practices at certain times or school is happening at certain times. And so we're looking at our own calendar to pick these times. Now, we balance that, guys, with our members' needs as well. The perfect combination of a membership and anything you do in your membership is the intersection of what makes you happy and makes your members happy. It's that Venn diagram. We're right in the middle. You all have worked out a great system that serves you both. Okay. It's the same thing with content. Do your people like to listen to podcasts and you like to record podcasts? That's an intersection of your members and yourself, your audience and yourself. So we know that we have members all over the world. We have members in every time zone in the United States. We have members all over Europe. We have members in Asia, Africa, Australia. We have members everywhere, right? And we also know that time zones can be an issue. So what we do is we try to rotate through time zones. This call today is happening at a lunchtime on the East Coast, 1 to 3. Not great for our people in Australia, right? So there'll be another one this quarter that'll probably be at 9 p.m. so that the Australian people can come through and they can get their member call with us and they can have a chance to have some access and get some and stuff like that. My workshop, my $1 million, membership funnel workshop, I've done it at 1 o'clock the last 2 times, all the live sessions. Why? Because that worked out best for me. And I just offered that and said, hey, if you can be there, you can come to these calls. If you're not, you can watch the replays. But tomorrow I'm going to start one at 9 p.m. and all the sessions are going to be at 9 p.m. this quarter because it really worked out well for us. And guess what? 2 Australians joined this time that didn't join last time because now I have a time available for them. So don't zoom in on each individual call. Zoom back. You're going to be doing 12 to 24 calls a year. Move them around, fit your schedule, serve your people. If you find some people really struggling to make those daytime calls, have a nighttime call every once in a while, and find a way that you can negotiate a good time between you and your members that serves everybody all the time. And then finally, my last thing that I'll say about this, okay, I'll say 2 last things. There's no right answer. There's nothing better about days or nights. There's nothing better about static times or various times. They are all tools in the toolbox, right? But the most important thing is you pick a time that you will do. Members will come and go. You will be here and your business will be here forever. So that's the tiebreaker is you got to do what works for you. You got to do what feels comfortable for you. And if someone says, well, I'm not joining because you don't have times, then you say, bye. Hope you find another membership that can help you as much as I can. Because that's on them. That's not on you. And you can't always make every decision based on your customers because you have more than one customer and you can't ever make everybody happy. So you got to make as many people as happy as possible, but your business better make you happy first or you will go out of business really a lot faster than your customers leaving. Okay. All right. Great question. Awesome stuff. Next question comes from Drew. Drew says, can you talk about how you get your membership community started? I have 0 people at the moment based off of a story-based podcast. Okay. Tell me more about that in the comments if you could, Drew. How do you get those first people really energized and bring more people in to kick off your growth? Okay. All right. So getting members is like dating. This is the best analogy that you can have on that. If the choice to be in your membership is like going steady, right? And then later on, if they pick that lifetime offer, that's like getting married, right? You know what I mean? But like you don't just ask people to join. There has to be steps along the process. So if you have a story-based podcast, I don't know what the topic is. Maybe you could put that, Drew, in the comments real quick, and I can bring that into the equation. But if you have a podcast, you have an audience. Okay, you probably got some people listening. It's about whiskey history. That's interesting. I need to listen to that podcast. You talk about bourbon. How much bourbon you talk about back there? You got a little Woodford Reserve episode you can drop there in the chat. I might listen to later. But if you're talking about whiskey history, mostly sweet, I'm gonna check you out, Drew. All right, you got to. They like your stories. They like the podcast. So the next logical step, right, is where can I take them next? Okay, like maybe you could have a quiz that's like, hey, have you ever wondered what the perfect bourbon for you was? And they go through and they ask a bunch of questions. And, the questions are like, do you like, high proof, low proof? Do you like sweet or do you like bite? Do you like whatever? And you're just kind of asking these questions. And at the end, it recommends them a bourbon, but they have to give you their email address for that. Right. I think people would listen to that and they clearly like bourbon and maybe they haven't tried all the bourbon in the world. And it would be really cool if an expert such as yourself, Drew, could come up with a little quiz that produced a result. Like if they make this, and this, then this is probably the best bourbon they could try next or whatever. That doesn't have to be it, but it's like, what's the next step? I'm learning about bourbon that clearly indicates that I want to know more about bourbon. So how can I take you farther down the rabbit hole? And that's kind of like hey, do you want to get coffee? Right? You're just asking them to take the next step. It's not anything committal. They're not paying you anything. They're not doing anything. They're not whatever. They're just trying to take the next step. Once they get on your email list, maybe you have some content there that's, not like everything that you put out on your podcast. Maybe you recommend great deals that you find on whiskey on the internet. Maybe you can recommend when a cask or a certain age of bourbon is coming on the market, right? It's about to mature and they're about to release a batch of it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you can talk about some small batch stuff and, different things like that. And then you're giving this value on your email list, right? And as you're giving all these value, then you say, let's go into the membership. So what does the membership offer then, right? Maybe it's community. Maybe it's a place to go talk about whiskey. Maybe you have a featured whiskey that you only talk about a little bit on your thing, but you're just trying to create this gradual incline, moving people toward your membership. A lot of people come in and like, I have a podcast. I want to ask you to join my thing. Or even I want to ask you to do something committal, like download my 30-page report on bourbons, for free. Like nobody wants to read a 30-page report. They want a silly little 3-second quiz that'll tell them something cool. Right? What Marvel character are you? That's why we do those things, because they want something non-committal. So I think you're probably trying to move people too fast from podcast to member, right? So write down a stairwell. All right. So write down steps, like 1 step, like draw a little step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, 7 step, right? And I want you to put at the top of the steps membership. Okay. And at the bottom of your step, I want you to put podcast. And now I want you to think as if you were wooing a girl. Like, how would you woo them up the steps, right? And try to divide that up and think, like, what are these things like that I would do? So for us, it would be like, okay, our steps are even different. Like I go on someone else. I try purposefully to go on other people's podcasts. Why? Because this is like my friend introducing me to Jocelyn. Like I see Jocelyn across the way. She's gorgeous and beautiful. And I fall in love with her at first sight. And I'm like, dang, man, I need to meet Jocelyn. Right. So I would think, hey, could you introduce me to her? Right. So I will go to another person's podcast and then I'll just say, hey, I've got a podcast. Well, you want to listen to my podcast? Like that's what we do on other people's shows. Okay. Hey, listen to the Flip Lifestyle podcast. Comes out every Tuesday. We help people start their memberships. So then maybe they come over and listen to my podcast. And my next step is, hey, you looking for an idea? I got this free course. It's one thing and watch it in a few minutes. And, you can go and check that out. And then they go watch that. And now they're on my email list. So then I just want them to open my emails. Like, can I get consistency here? Will you just open my emails consistently? That'd be great. I'm just gonna send you really good content, awesome subject lines. I'm gonna make fun of myself on Fridays. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to get them to open these emails. And then I want to get them to click a link that goes to maybe a free trial. And then I want to get them to renew. And then I want to get them to become a member or true member, or they're showing up at member calls and they're doing things like that. So like draw those steps out and think about the 5 to 7 step process that you're wooing this person to get them to your membership. And you'll probably see that the path is staring you right in front of the face. And also too, don't be afraid to give away a free beta group. This is something a lot of our members do. And I recommend this, and I don't see a lot of people do it, and I wish they would. If you're having trouble getting people to pay, something's wrong with the offer. There's an offer problem. If people are hearing the offer and not taking the offer, it's the offer that's the problem, not you. And you need to say, how about this? I'll give all of you a free 3-month membership. Let's go. And you go deliver value, and you go deliver a result, and you talk with people who jump in, and you figure out what's wrong with the offer, and then say, well, what would it take to pay for this? Like, and go through it with them and let them pick it apart so that you can find that out. You're probably not delivering enough value into the marketplace right now to justify the membership. So the membership may need to become free until you figure out what the value proposition really is for that thing. So, and real quick, it's whiskey lore. That's cool. But what's in your membership, Drew? Like, what's the point of the membership? What's the problem you solve with your membership? I'd love to hear that. What's the problem you solve? Just go ahead and put that in. I might swing back to it. Okay. What is the problem you solve with your membership? What is the problem that I solve in Flipped Lifestyle? Somebody tell me in the chat real quick. Let's race. Who can type the fastest? What problems do I solve right now? What in the Flipped Lifestyle? What does Flipped Lifestyle solve? Can anyone tell me the problem that we solve? That'd be awesome. Tell me the problem we solve. When you take the Flip Your Life Blueprint and you go in there, what problem do we solve? Type that in the chat if you know what it is. Type that in the chat. What problem do we solve? And then I'll come back to that in a second. I want to see what problem Drew solves as well, because your members should know this. You probably are saying, yeah, what are you saying? Free yourself, follow your dreams for your family. That's right. There you go. Right. Help people overcome their fear of success. Yeah. That's another problem we solve, right? We're trying to get you to success. We're trying to get you over the hump. Empower people, speak confidently. Okay, I empower people and speak confidently about whiskey through education and taste training. That doesn't, no, I mean, empower people to speak confidently about whiskey. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think that's the actual problem. I think that's the result. That's not the problem you solve. Why do they don't do that? Bill says that Flipped Lifestyle cuts through the maze of complexity so that we can truly create a successful online business. That's exactly right. We make it simple, and we make sure that you can get started and you can finish, right? I don't think that's your problem, Drew. I think you got your problem wrong. You don't empower people to speak confidently about whiskey. That's the result. The problem is they're scared to talk about whiskey, or what's it preventing them from? Is it preventing them from joining a club or entering a social group or advancing in their career? There's some problem that's bigger than this. That empower people. That's not what you do. Picking the right whiskey for them. Why is that? That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? What does it get me? I get to taste good whiskey. There's something else bigger here. I don't think this is an offer problem explanation problem that doesn't make sense. Why I should join your membership, right? Like the reason I smoke cigars every once in a while, just once or twice a year, but if I had one around here, I would definitely join a cigar club. The thing that would prevent me from joining the cigar club is I don't know enough about cigars. Everyone's going to look at me like I'm stupid, but I really want to connect with those people because it's a cool thing. Like that would be, there would be a fear there that's keeping me from entering a new peer group or something. So that's, we got to massage that offer. There's something wrong with the offer and the presentation of it. All right. Next question comes from Tanya. Tanya says, real quick, Drew, go post this in the forum to work through your problem so we can look at it later. All right. Tanya says, my next question comes from Tanya. Tanya says, I'm trying to restructure my membership so I can build a larger entry point level to pay my bills and to require less emotional energy for me. That's good. Right now I have a starter level at $49 with courses, forums, and a group call recordings. And I have a $99 premium level that adds live attendance at the group calls and access to my one-on-one calendar for an extra fee. I'm thinking of having a $27 entry level with courses, forums, and group calls, but change the level of interaction I have on group calls, which is pretty intense right now. Don't do that. Just make the 49. Okay. So this is a common mistake people make is they try to add a lower tier all the time, and we've done it before. We've made this mistake too, but just change the lower tier. Like, you know, I mean, upgrade your people who are paying $49 right now into the next level. And then anyone new comes in at $49 and they only get the new thing. Like you're just changing the first offer. Okay. If anything, add a higher tier with more money, but like you don't need to go below $49 in what you do. I know what you do. It's like there's a very counselor-ish feel to Tanya's membership. And you don't need what you do, you do not need to charge less than that. Just change that tier. Now, the people in it now, you made a promise to them, right? You made a promise that they would have this level of access, and we do keep our promises to our members. We don't go back on our promises that we make to our members, right? But new members don't know about the old promise. Nor are they entitled to the old promise. Okay. So when you change something like this, like I'm thinking about right now doing something like this with our content. I'm thinking there's going to maybe a content only level or something, maybe at the $97 level, and maybe making a higher tier as we get bigger. But like I would not go backwards on your price. I would just change the $49 tier to this tier, upgrade everybody to the new level, and change your prices. There's no reason to go down and offer a $27 level. You've already convinced people to pay $49 for the result, not for what's in the package, but for what's in the result. So stick to your guns, and just tell everybody that you're going to grandfather them. As long as they keep paying, they'll never get the new pricing, and then make the new thing with less interaction, the $49 level, and then just go forward with your higher tier, and then charge more. Maybe you double the $99 level to $197, keep the $49 level, and then and just do away with that middle tier. And you just tell the people, hey, everyone's $49 now. I'm upgrading you. You get this service. Everybody else from now on will pay more. You're going to pay this forever. If you cancel, you're dead to me. And you'll kick you out forever. And you tell them you got to come back in at the higher price. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So they keep it as long as they stay a member, and they never get it back. Stick to your guns. Tanya, I'll tell you what. I'm looking at this. I would probably go to $197 a month on your higher tier that has interaction. I'd probably just make that $99 your low tier. And I would say anyone paying for $49 right now, you can keep it forever, but don't quit, because if you come back, you're getting less for more money. The less interaction becomes your $97 tier, and you go with it. You got two tiers, clean. Basically, the line is interaction. It's $200 a month or $99 a month, and that's it. You need to charge what you're worth, and you're worth it. Okay. All right. Awesome questions. Real quick, let me give you another update on everything that's going on right now in Flip Lifestyle. Next month is Black Friday. Go to membershipmasters.mykajabi.com right now and sign up for the next issue. If you've never tried Membership Masters before, you can get your first issue for free. It's only $14.95 shipping and handling. I'm going to ship that right to your door. This issue is all about Black Friday. Black Friday is the most important date on the calendar in almost every industry. Especially in online business. I think this is going to be a bang up year for Black Friday, because everybody's at home, everybody's on the internet, and everybody has a lot of pent up demand to get those things they want. They're going to be feeling like they need to buy those things that they've put off until now. And we want to get a huge piece of that pie. So make sure that you sign up for that. If you're already a subscriber, we're going to be sending those out this week. And they're going to be coming out to you very, very soon. They'll be in your mailbox. And you're going to have a detailed plan for every day next month to maximize Black Friday and make sure that you have a great Black Friday sale. Hey, go get 50 new members next month. You can do it. You can get 100 new members next month. If you get the promotion right, you're going to have a great Black Friday, and I want to help you do that. Also, tomorrow at 9 p.m., I'm starting the first session of my $1 million membership funnel mastermind. And that is tomorrow, Tuesday. What is today? 26th. Tomorrow's 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I will be having the first live session where I will be teaching you the $1 million membership funnel. And I'll be doing that over the next 7 weeks. We have sessions every 2 weeks. We build the thing in between. We talk about where we get stuck, and I help guide you through that. You're going to get a special VIP Facebook group that is not available to anybody else in the Flip Lifestyle community. And that coupon right there, that link that we just dropped, is $1,000 off. If you pay in full today, you can save $1,000 on the $1 million membership funnel. You're also going to get lifetime access to the Flip Your Life community. You never have to pay a monthly payment again. I'm going to be mailing you Membership Masters lifetime for the rest of your life. As long as that product exists, you'll be getting one in the mail, and you get a whole bunch of other awesome bonuses too. And this is the last time I'm doing that funnel mastermind workshop live inside of the community in 2020. Probably won't be doing it for a while in 2021. We've got other things on the calendar. So check that out. If you have not been in, there's also a payment plan. If you can't afford to pay everything up front, there is a 2-pay in there. If you want to jump in today and pay the other one in 30 days, that's fine too. But you can save $1,000 if you use that coupon. I would absolutely love for you to be there. You only have about 24 hours, a little over 24 hours left to sign up for that. And Bill's goal is 100 new members from Black Friday. I love it. I love it. No, man, ain't too wimpy. That's a big goal. That's a good goal. We're going to get it. It's going to make it happen, man. God's for you, man. I got your back. He sent me into the furnace with you, Bill. So we're going to take down the lions, man. We're going to do it. I love that goal, man. That's amazing. All right, good stuff. All right, next question. Oh, we got a success story here from Lori. Lori says, I started creating the website for my membership. Hallelujah. Baby steps are better than no steps at all, as Jocelyn says. And that is awesome. Good job, Lori. Way to take action one step at a time. Hey, that's progress. And you're moving forward. That's what it takes, man. That's awesome stuff. All right, our next question. Let's see here. I've got other questions. See if I missed anybody. All right, I've got some follow-up questions here from people who've already asked questions. If anyone has not asked a question, we've got probably about 30 minutes left in this Q&A, and you are going to run out of time. There's a bunch of people here that haven't asked a question. So this is your last call for questions. If I don't get any more questions, I will stop with the questions that I've already got here. And I'm looking at about 2:30 to end the call. So if you're going to ask a question, you need to get some help with your online business. You need some help with some fears or some mindset issues or taking those next steps. You want to do it live today, go ahead and ask your question right now. All right, our next question comes from Madison. Madison says, do you think it makes more sense to target people who want to become freelance writers or people who want to learn to write well to advance in their own careers? Okay, this is an interesting question. So I know from talking to Madison prior that she is a freelancer. That's her expertise. It's how she, I believe, makes her living right now, it sounds like, for sure. I always lean toward expertise and teaching people things you can document. Like I was a football coach, right? I didn't want to teach people who love to watch football how to understand the game of football better. No, I taught football coaches how to coach football like I coached football because it was easier. It was faster. It was quicker. It required me to just document what I was already doing. I didn't have to do any extra work. I just had to write it down and make it look pretty, right? And so I always lean back and forth toward that. Now, another thing I hear, because I've coached so many people, Madison, is you still doubting your idea or doubting your abilities or doubting your expertise, and you're looking for branches. And this is sometimes a delay tactic that I see people do in the beginning of their journey, where they're trying to be, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? And they feel productive because they're wrestling with this idea. And that's what I feel here. I feel that, like, well, what about this? Would this be a better idea? Would that be a better idea? Shane, what do you think? I'm not a freelance writer. I don't know. Here's what I do know. I do know that you are a freelance writer and you have called this your expertise. So you believe you're an expert at it, and you should pursue it in as close to your natural environment as possible, right? And if you continue to try to find, if you're waiting to discover the enough information that this is the right idea, or you're continuing to look for the right person to tell you it's the right idea, there's a good chance 2 years from now you'll be asking this exact same question, right? So no sugar. You should go teach freelance writers how to be freelance writers and do that for 6 months. And then if it's not working, pivot, because there is a chance it may not work. But everything right now is theory. Everything is hypothesis. Everything is you reaching for information right now. And this does not happen until it's done. Like, you do not know if an idea will work until you've got a website and you're creating content. Nobody will. Everybody listens to this. I know I'm talking to some other people in the choir right here. I'm preaching to the choir, guys. Listen, some of you are looking for me to tell you have the right idea. And, oh, I know that's going to work. Yeah. Right. Some of you are looking for information and you're researchers and you're digging down Google every night going, oh, I think this will work. Oh, I think this will work. What about this path? What about this path? But look, eventually you've got to make a decision. And if you'll go watch, Madison, go watch In the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint, go watch, I think it's in phase 1. I think it's phase 1, course 3. It's choosing your idea, right? And I go through the process of biting the bullet and making the call and making it happen. And if Madison, if you have not watched the idea training, I don't want you to even think about anything else in your world right now except watching the idea training. And I want you to watch how I find and use my God-given talents to make money online. I want you to watch how I research to make sure that it can make money online. I want you to go and listen to how I make the choice on what to take action to. And I want you to go do it. And I want you to make this call, and I want you to make this decision. I'll tell you right now, I know millionaires who do both of those things. I know millionaires who make money in real estate. I know millionaires who make money in the stock market. I know millionaires who make money. I know people that make $100,000 a year teaching people how to shear sheep. I know people who teach people how to raise goats. I know people who teach people how to run their teams. I know people how to teach people how to make memberships. I know people that sell courses to teach people how to make memberships that make as much money as I do. Everything works. Everything works if you're committed and if you're all in and if you're going down the rabbit hole and if you're testing and improving. Like, everything works. I've seen very few ideas not work. I've seen a lot of execution fail. That's what I've seen fail. But almost every idea works. Like, if you can look out there and you can find one person who's making their living teaching other people how to become freelance writers, why wouldn't it work for you? It's just execution at that point. So I go watch those idea courses, talk in the forums, ask some questions, and I would love to challenge you, Madison, to pick your idea by the next member call. I want you to walk in the next member call with your shoulders back, your chest out, and I want you to say, success. I doubled down on what I'm doing. I'm started building my website. Like, that's it. That's what I want you to do, because I don't want you to be here 4 years from now asking the same questions. Okay. You've got expertise. Turn that into an income online. Okay. Awesome stuff. All right. Let's see. Next question is from Kathy Martin. What's up, Kathy Martin? Can't wait. Kathy, are you coming tomorrow? Are you still here? Are you coming tomorrow? You going to come to the mastermind? You going to be there Tuesday night, 9 p.m., hanging out with me, going back through the, yeah, you are. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Kathy is a $1 million membership funnel mastermind member. That's a tongue twister. I need to change the name of that thing. I don't know what I was thinking when I tried to name that thing. But I need to totally rename that. That's a horrible name. That's horrible copywriting and marketing on my part. Oh, good grief. Yeah. Me and Carrie can't even get it straight when we're talking about it. I'm going to change it next year. I'm just going to change it to the workshop. We're just going to call it the workshop. That's all we're going to call it. All right. So MDMF. I'm going to abbreviate it. We'll call it the MDMF. All right. That kind of sounds like a swear word, though. It's got MF. We got to change this. This is not working correctly. All right. Kathy says, our next question is from Kathy. Kathy asks, any thoughts and suggestions on pushing through mindset issues when it comes to going through a season of a membership plateau? Love this question. Gaining the same amount of members as I'm losing. And I need some no sugar. LOL. I'm good for that. All right. So one thing I would do, one thing I've learned a lot about lately, or actually recently, is this concept of seasons in your business, and how the seasons in your business, much like seasons in your, old career or your life, like even like fall, winter, spring, summer, or like when I was a school teacher, there would be the time, the time off and the Christmas break and the spring break, and these patterns that we get ourselves into and that we're a part of. One, sometimes they're just natural flow, right? And it's just like it might not be you causing the plateau, or it might not even be something you can do to cause the plateau to go forward. It's just accepting that sometimes you're in a plateau, and that's just the way it is. And yeah, and it lasts forever. It's not going to, it feels like it's going to last forever, even though it's not going to last forever, right? This is especially challenging in Kathy's niche. Kathy's in education. And much like the lull that we get into when I was a school teacher, this November, December period feels like a drag, because you're getting a little tired. You're waiting for Christmas break, and you're waiting for some kind of vacation. And it can feel really like you're going through the motions, right? So I think some of that is carryover from that, right? You're just feeling like you are in a plateau, and that's happening. And maybe the things that you've done in the past are just getting you the same results, and it's just, you're in this blah. You're just in this blah, right? That's what we call it, the blah, right? So I think that's part of it, Kathy. I think this time of year in your industry, and knowing you and knowing your business for so long, is just part of the flow. That's just part of the process, right? Also, another thing is not always looking to grow. Like nothing grows perpetually. Nothing grows forever. I am super guilty about this, Kathy. It's like getting gains at CrossFit. You know what I'm saying? You just want more gains. Just give me more gains. I want 5 more pounds on deadlift. I want to do a muscle up. You know, it's like, because that Kathy does CrossFit, by the way. But it's like, that's what it feels like, right? And then you hit this wall doing the same thing you've been doing and you don't get any more gains, right? But also, there's something to be said about having a little time of maintenance and having a little time to just enjoy what you're doing, like, and being like kind of content, you know, like with what you're doing, like being happy with it. This is something. I mean, I'm full speed ahead locomotive. You better get that tunnel dug, son. If you don't, I'm going to dig it myself, and I'm coming through the mountain, right? Like that's it. That's who I am, and I've got to pull back, and I got to say, whoa. Let's put this thing on cruise control for a little while. Like, let's enjoy this. You know, maybe the plateau is because you're not taking a break, right? And you're not resting and you're not relaxing a little bit. And Kathy Martin, good Lord, you have achieved so much over the past 5 or 6 years, right? In your own life. Have you stopped for a minute and thought about it and relaxed? So that could be a part of it. And then another thing is, you know, you just have to do different things at different times. And sometimes we want to double down. I'm guilty about this too, being prolific. I just double down on whatever I'm doing that I know works, and hopefully it works for the best. But you can't do that in your business. You have to come up with something new, right? And different times of year even require different things. Like when I was a football coach, you know, I sold a lot of playbooks when I started my online business, but I realized nobody wanted playbooks in January because there was no season coming up and it was far off people's minds. So I had to step back and say, well, if what I do doesn't work during this season, what can I do that would work during this season? Right. So I had to say, wait a minute, what football coaches go lift weights in January. That's when weights start. So I created a workout manual, and that's what I sold in January. And then in spring, okay, they still don't want playbooks. What do they want? Oh, they're doing spring football. They need a spring football manual. Oh, what are they doing in June? They're still not ready for playbooks. Oh, they're doing 7-on-7. They're passing. They need a passing only playbook that's specifically designed for 7-on-7 with cards that can show the kids, you know, all this other stuff. So you have to, like Kathy just typed in the chat, I've been refocusing and putting attention on growing my list, but it doesn't feel like enough. I think that's because you need to grow up as a business owner, and you need to stop worrying about day to day, and you need to stop worrying about month to month, and you need to start thinking quarterly, and you need to start thinking annually. And you need to zoom back, Kathy, and you need to know that just because you didn't make up churn today doesn't mean you won't make up churn tomorrow. And you need to start evaluating your business from a higher level. You have a large, good, successful business. But you can't look at it as the Kathy who was starting and building her business. You have to look at it as the Kathy who is a full-time entrepreneur now and quit her full-time job. And you need to zoom back. And you need to start saying, did we beat churn this quarter? Not did we beat churn this month? And did I make more money this quarter did I make more money than last month? And that probably will help you focus on different things and see new patterns emerge. And maybe today take a break and just say, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look back at the last 3 months, and then I'm going to compare them to the last 3 months before that. And I'm just going to get into that a little bit and look at it a little bit and see how much growth happened from one quarter to the next. And maybe look at this, year at this date compared to last year at this date. Right. And see what that looks like, and let yourself see it more. And you'll see that it's enough. When you see how much more money you made before October 26, 2020, compared to what you made on October 26, 2018 or 19, you'll be like, whoa, that is so enough. That is so enough, man. I zoom back and I am enough. I am killing it. I'm crushing it. Like the pattern is so much different. Like, right. And so it's just becoming that real business owner, and like admitting that you're a real business owner and accepting that you're a real business owner. That'll probably help a lot. And then think, back and say, well, what did I do the last quarter of last year and the last year of the quarter before that. Did I do the same thing? Maybe it's time to do something different. Maybe it's time to do something out of the box. Maybe it's time to do something I'm not even thinking about right now. Maybe it's time to add a new curriculum. Maybe it's time to create more value. Maybe it's time to serve somebody more. Maybe I need to reach out to some people I know in my space, and maybe for Black Friday we could sell each other stuff and partner together and give our people new offers to look at. Who cares, right? Well, like, I just need to serve my audience and my friends and my people and myself more. So, and also, just take a week off. Jeez, Lord have mercy. Go take a break. Lord, go listen to some country music and watch some wrestling or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hope that helped. I see the mic drop in the comment. I appreciate that. But I love you, friend. You're awesome. And you need to step back and appreciate how awesome you are and stop being so hard on yourself. You don't have to finish every day with more members than the day before. Sometimes let about 50, 60 of them people call themselves out and start over. And you'll be like, probably happy half of them left anyway. You know what I mean? All right. Got a success story coming in from Paul. Paul says, I have in the past offered a bonus one-on-one session with me as the bonus. I pictured Paul jumping out of Paul has a ponytail and he's a rocker. And I could just picture him jumping out of a present, with a guitar thrashing or something, right? He's the bonus. I haven't had a lot of uptake on it yet. A couple of weeks ago, I swapped the messaging. This time I offered the one-on-one session for the same price as the membership and gave a month of the membership as a bonus with a recurring payment for the membership. And I got a lot more interest. That's interesting. Same stuff, just changed the order of it. And it was offers. That's great. Like, I love the experimentation and the rearranging there, Paul. That's a great thing. Tip. I might do that myself. Actually, I kind of did with the $1 million membership funnel mastermind. My next session launches tomorrow. And we did focus a lot on making it come do this thing with Shane, all these bonuses, no brainer, right? And we tried to make the bonuses worth more than anything one-on-one with me, right? And that did stir up a lot of interest this time, the way we worded those bonuses. So I think that's a awesome thing, man. P.S. You need to do the Membership Masters $1 million. You need to do the $1 million funnel. I'm just saying, Paul. All right, guys, I got one more link here. There's the link again over in the chat box. We got a $1,000 off coupon for people watching the call today to go sign up for my mastermind. It starts tomorrow. The next workshop's going to last about 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks. And I'm going to help you install the best sales funnel on the planet, the only sales funnel on the planet specifically designed for memberships. This is designed to get and keep more members. Why work so hard building traffic? Why work so hard creating content? Why work so hard building audience if they get into your funnel and then they don't convert? Like, this is designed to make them convert. I'm taking that off your plate. I'm going to show you how to get them convert. We're going to create a baseline that you can experiment off of for the rest of your career for your membership funnel. Okay. So check that out. There's a $1,000 off coupon right there. We've also got a payment plan. We got a 2-pay if you want to check that out as well. And we start that in about 28 hours, 26 hours, something like that. And we'll be rocking and rolling live together. Last time I'm doing it in 2020. All right. Next question comes from Justin. What's up, Justin? What's going on, man? Oh, no, this is not a question. This is a success story. Weird success. I had someone sign up for a paid YouTube channel consult, which is not my niche. Okay. How did they sign up? Were you offering that somewhere? Or you were just like, ask me anything and just see what happened? That's awesome. I love random money. There's nothing better than random money. All right. Another success story coming from Ariel. He says, success story, opened up a new call only tier and added 7 new members. I'm up to 12 members now. Woo. Now, I remember a member caller to give him a standing ovation in the crowd, though, guys, for getting 12 members. Imagine having 12 people to pay every month. Like but I remember a few of these calls, maybe a couple months ago, the doubt, does anybody really want this? I remember this question. I remember this coming back from you, bro. And I remember like, does anybody really want this? Is this something I could actually sell? Like, I remember these kind of questions, and now you're celebrating the success. Yes, you found 12 people that wanted it. And if you can find 12, you can find 1,200. Right? That's what we're telling everybody. Just get it out there, get it in the world, get some attention and see what happens. And it changes everything. It's amazing, dude. Awesome stuff. All right. Next question comes from Jill. Jill says, struggling with the amount of and detail level of the content I'm adding to the membership site. I'm caught between overwhelming people and leaving out information they need to be successful. How do you know where to draw the line? P.S. Finally have a few hours a week to get back on it. Okay, so here's the number one. Okay, let me think how to word this. There's a couple issues here. All right, this isn't really what content should be free. It's how not to overwhelm people. Okay, so basically, whatever you can do, I would say your audience can do 10 times less of that. So you're way overestimating what your people can do, right? Like if you say, like for me, I promise you, if I had an idea for a business today, I could. It's what is today? Today Monday. I could launch it by Wednesday. Guarantee it. I actually have an idea for a business, but I'm not going to do it right now because my team's about to kill me anyway because I'm doing too much. But like I have an idea, and I know when we're ready to do it that I will have the website, the sales page, the product page, everything will be completely ready for launch, and there'll be a little bit of coming soon to it. Right now, that's not what new people can do in the membership. You know what new people can do? Takes about the first month to figure out your idea. That's about 10% of the process, right? And I have to think way farther back than I ever think I do. When I go to a football field and I'm going to teach a kid how to tackle, I know how to tackle. I can tackle people. I used to tackle people. I used to teach people how to tackle people for a living, right? But you know what that kid can't do? That kid can't stop. He can't run toward the person and even stop to get ready to tackle the person yet. I got to teach him how to break down first, right? And if I go back one step before that, he doesn't even know the angle or where he's supposed to go. So I got to teach him that, right? You and I in our fields, all of us have the curse of knowledge. The things that are easy to us, we don't realize we're 10,000 hours of our life learning how to do. It's just we are the moment, we are the present of what took 10,000 hours to become. Okay. And you have to go. If you break up your course into 5 parts, I would bet each of those 5 parts probably has 5 parts you should break down to. And you should never worry about making it too easy, right? The simplest thing can overwhelm somebody. Like how many times have you stopped and asked somebody for directions? Well, before GPS, how many times you stopped and asked for directions and someone said, go down about 2 miles, turn left at the church, turn right on Weber Road, and then it's the 3rd house on the left. And by the time you make the first left turn, you're like, holy crap, I'm lost again, right? Like now imagine telling people what you actually do, like for a living. Like it took me 2-3 years of teaching memberships before I figured out how to make it easy enough so that someone could actually start a membership. Then it took 2 more years to find a platform like Kajabi to actually make it easy enough for people to get it done, right? So you just keep breaking it down. I would go in your membership content. I would always say I would always assume your process is too complicated. I think mine's too complicated even now. There's still things we could do to make it less complicated, even though we just redid it back, a few months ago. And just keep chunking it down, That's why, here's what's funny. People will lay out this 50 page. I could probably sell the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint on phase 1 and 2 only. I could probably keep 6 months of retention on just phase 1 and 2. I guarantee it. It's that hard. Like some people, it takes 3 months to get their idea ready. And then it takes another 3 months to even figure out what kind of content they're going to create. So like we could easily break it down and just sell that as a tier if we wanted to make, because some people are slow, some people are fast, some people are obsessed, some people are dabbling, and there's all kinds of room in it, right? So let me sum this up. I wouldn't worry about it. I just launch it, because until people interact with it, you're not going to know how far advanced you are for them. And you're not going to know until someone emails you and says, this is too complicated, I can't follow it. You're not going to know to go and break it into smaller parts. Okay. So the moral of the story is get it out there, get it done. This is not something you should ever think about again from this moment forward. There is no line. There is only what Jill knows and what Jill's going to teach. And as soon as Jill believes that it would take Jill a couple months to do this, launch it, get someone in it, let them break it, and then put it back together better. That's how you overcome this thing. Just don't even worry about it. Like, quit trying to draw the line. You can't guess the line until someone runs the race, right? Let them run the race. You made a race up. Let them do it. And then you can figure out where the line should be. Okay. And I got one more win to finish up today's member call for Marty. No members lost this month. Woohoo! Oh, great retention, man. That's amazing going a whole month without a member. Quitting. Also, I'm getting closer to my fitness goals after a pretty serious heart-related health scare. Bro, that is a success story for the ages when it comes to flipped lifestyle, right, guys? Like, let me tell you a little bit Marty's story. Love Marty. Marty came to Flip Your Life Live last year. Got to meet in person. Just a ball of energy. Just was just dragging people out of their rooms to go run around Lexington, Kentucky with him. And awesome dude, man. Just an amazing spirit, right? And also I love golf. My son loves golf, so we hit it off, and we can talk about golf and things like that. And and one thing about what we preach so hard is the balance in your life. I heard an expert the other day talking about how it's BS that you can have work-life balance and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, no, no, it's not. Like, it's your choices that determine whether you have work-life balance or not, and health balance and things like that. And, Marty is a great example in the Flip Your Life community, not only of someone sticking to it and building a community around what he loves. I mean, he's got a business that he's passionate about, and he's got members paying him to talk about the thing he loves. Like, that's incredible, right? And it's scalable. Like, he's just got to find more of those people, and his business is growing. And then, also Marty came in the community, and probably because of Flip Your Life Live, but just being in the community, he made friends, and these people in the community who were also pursuing their purpose. He met people in our community that have memberships and businesses, online and off, built around fitness. And that, and as he related to them, Marty, had this health scare, and he decided to make time to fix his health. And if you've seen his before and after pictures, I'm peanut butter and jelly, because that dude is shredded right now, man. Woo! He's shredded. He's looking good on the golf course, man. He's get that real tight Under Armour shirt, like the extra small, you know what I'm saying? So he can flex when he's getting ready to tee off. But it's just it's an amazing example of making choices. And some of you may not know this either. There's an arrow that points up and down in the middle of the Flipped Lifestyle logo. It's also in the middle of the Membership Masters logo. And what that arrow represents to me and Jocelyn is we all have choices, and we do. All of us have a choice. We have a choice what niche to pick. We have a choice when our member calls are going to be. We have a choice what our courses are going to look like. We have a choice whether we're going to be healthy, or whether we're going to be good, or whether we're going to be with our kids, or we're going to be at the office. And that's what this business is all about to us, is choices, and giving you choices and making choices that are important to you. Now, and that's what Marty does. Super inspiring guy, super inspiring story. There's a lot of people in here, man. I think of hundreds of people that have been through the program, who made those amazing choices. And that's what it's all about. That's what probably I could probably answer every question in here today with just make a choice. Just make a choice. If you just make a choice today, it'll lead to another choice tomorrow, and that choice is going to help you flip your life. Okay. So I am glad that you made your choice to be with me here today on this member call. And I love our community. I love this business. I'm glad that I made the choice to share what we figured out many years ago on how to build these membership sites. And it's been awesome watching it happen. So you can also make the choice to buy Membership Masters if you want to subscribe to tomorrow. And I would love for you guys to make the choice to join the $1 Million Membership Funnel Mastermind. The next session is going to start tomorrow. We're going to drop those links back in here another time. Really super proud of you guys. Millions of people around the world are letting circumstance just take them out right now. And you guys aren't. You guys are here. You guys are taking those baby steps, and you're making things happen. That's really, really freaking awesome. You should be really proud of yourself just for being in this community, just for being a member of the Flip Lifestyle community, and just for deciding to pursue something that's important to you and make a choice for you and your family. So be proud of yourself today. and get out there and take some action today. Don't just turn this off. Go work on your business. If you've got follow-up questions, we'd love to hear from them. You can ask us anytime you want in the Flip Your Life community forums. We're going to do a better job in the future of just reminding you guys to stay active in the forums. And make sure you also, I don't know if, do we have Carrie, do we have I don't think we have a watch party tonight, do we? Because we have a member call. We don't have a member party. Yeah, we don't have that. I wonder if we could download this and we could actually okay. I wonder if we could download this and we could show that in there. Maybe we could do that. Maybe download that and upload that and just show that as a watch party night so everybody can watch it. And the replay will be up in the community as well if you want to go back and watch this later. So I am going to get off here right now and go knock some stuff off my to-do list and grow my business. You guys do it as well. And until next time, get out there, take action, do whatever it takes to flip your life, change your family's future. Love y'all. Bye.